So, what's up, guys? This is Ziah from Jesus Battle Clan. This is a quick battle. Not really quick, I'm sorry, it's like 10 minutes long, but whatever. Anyway, um, I'm guessing a guy named Amilcar, and I'm going to lead out with my Gliscor while he goes out for his, Jirachi. um, I didn't really know what to expect, so I went straight for the Earthquake, but he does trick me, and he takes my Toxcorp, and I was like, wow, you asshole, you could just have it then, if you really want it. Yeah, that was really weird. Anyway, so I go for the Earthquake. Um, it does a substantial amount, and since I am Scarf now, I'm going to take on the next turn. But I predict him to go into Gyarados, so I go into my Water and Wash, because it is a Scarf, actually my Scarf Pokemon. But he switches out, but he switches out into his Shaman to take the Earthquake that he was predicting. But yeah, I know I didn't have anything else to take the Seed from it, so I do go for the HP Ice, or that wants to take it from it, because I really want my other HPs to be maxed, I guess you could say. Anyway, so he goes to the C4, and he does take me out because of stab, you know, super effective, blah, 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 you know. Anyway, I see that he is life orbed, so I go into my, I keep wanting to say vagina, but anyway, I go into my Victini, and he switches out to predict the fire move, and he goes into his Gyarados. He gets intimidated off, and I am a choice band of Victini, or physical, whatever, but I do go for the U-turn. I was pretty sure I could take out the Shaman on the at that much HP, so that's why I went for the U-turn. But anyway, I get out of there. I'm going to Porygon 2 to get the Intimidate off of him. Now I can take anything that he wants to go at me with, and I know he would switch out, so I go for the T-Wave on the switch. Luckily, he goes to Zangoose now, and since he did, I crippled his Poison Rampage, which is really good on my part because that would have kind of screwed me over a lot because he can set up on me and stuff with the Swords Dance, which I think he's going to do now. Yeah. So I just hit it with the T-Bolt. I was really afraid of the close combat because it can do a load to me. So I go on to my Victini to take the close combat because it is unstabbed, but he does get Parahacked, which is good. But so he goes for a quick attack, and it does a pretty good amount actually, I must admit. But I go for the V-Crate just for the safe stab. He obviously goes down. Yeah. 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 See ya. See ya. So now he goes on to his Don fan to hit me with a Bulldoze or something. But I switch out into my Porygon 2, but I believe he predicts that because he does go for the knockoff. And that is kind of unsettling, but it doesn't break my momentum because without the Violet, I'm still okay defense and spec defense, so I'm not worrying too much. He goes out into his Infernape expecting the Ice Beam, I believe. Yeah, so it doesn't do anything. It's not even like, it's barely a scratch. And knowing that Infernape is paper thin defensive is kind of bad. But anyway, I predict the close combat and go out to my Gliscor. It does nothing to it as well, so it's just trading blows of like nothing, not even blows, it's like slaps. Anyway, he switches out because I know I am Scarf, and since I can get rid of this now, and since it's gonna switch anyway, I fling out my choice Scarf because I want that Protect to scout later. So I know he would think I would switch out because of the Ice Shard, but I stay in because predicting that, and he goes for the Bulldoze. I'm pretty sure he thought I would go into my Victini because, you know, Fire type. Yeah. Anyway, I know he would go for the Ice Shard now, so I go into my Scrafty to take it. And since I do have natural defense, this is gonna do nothing to me. And I was really debating to go for the Ice Punch or the Bulk Up. I decided, well, might as well just go for the Bulk Up just because I can. Yeah, but he switches out and he goes into his Gyarados. He does get the Intimidate off, and this is a really good counter for Scrafty because with the Intimidate, it cripples my attack. And then the only thing I do is really stall it out. And I didn't really want to set up the whole time because he could eventually kill me, or potentially kill me. And the only thing I can hit it with is the Ice Punch, and it is unstabbed and it is neutral, so it wouldn't really do anything. So I go on Porygon 2, expecting like a waterfall or something. So I go for the Intimidate on him, or go for the Intimidate. I just get the trace and whatnot. But he goes for the taunt, which is not too bad. The only thing that hinders me is a T-wave and a recover, which doesn't really matter. So I go straight for the Thunderbolt just to get some damage on whatever comes in, or if he wants to stay in, I just hit it. So he goes into his Rachi. I should have expected this freaking trick. He doesn't want his Toxic Orb anymore. Ah, asshole. Anyway, if I had predicted that, I would have gotten to my Gliscor, you know. I'd have been really good standing with my Gliscor because I would have my Poison and Low Ball. I don't know, that taunt seemed like not really last that long. Is that me? Anyway, I get the Toxic Orb, and that's not really that good. But anyway, I know I can take this Seed Flare because I do have naturals. I do have, not natural, I do have Spec Defense. And I go for the Ice Beam. Yeah, it does take it out from that range, which is good. Yeah, so down goes my HP. Anyway, he goes out into his Gyarados now, knowing that he can outspeed me, blah, 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 blah. So I just stay in for Death Fodder. The Waterfall does end up killing me, which is obvious, especially because I don't have a Violite. Yeah, and from that range, yeah, anyway. So I go on my Murkrow now, just to Feather Dance him. He does switch out into his Donphan, I believe, which is okay because it is a physical attacker anyway, and the Feather Dance will cripple his attack even further. Oh, and, well, his attack is pretty high, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, his attack goes down, and I decide to, well, I might as well just lock it into play now and go for the mean look. I speeded up this part because it's pretty boring. So he does knock off the thing, and he does keep going for the Ice Shard, blah, blah. He does predict me to go for the Roost, but I decided just to go for the Feather Dance because whatever I send in next will take the damage really well. Yeah, so now he gets a crit here, which is pretty bad because I could have saved this for another Pokemon such as Gyarados. So now I go into my Gliscor. I know it looks pretty stupid, but I do have natural defense or max defense, so even though it is 4 times. And if he did go for the Bulldoze, if I switch into Victini, that would be pretty bad because that would mean I would have less speed, which I kind of need for other Pokemon. So out comes his Gyarados now. I was pretty sure I could take a Waterfall since it is a physical hit. So I just decided to stay in and go for the and Scout, I guess, because I thought this whole time he was Choice Scarf. But yeah, so he goes for the Waterfall now. I was pretty sure I can live it, like I said earlier, which I do, which is good. So I go for the Acrobatics since I don't have no item. Yeah, it doesn't really do that much, but it's fine. And I go for the Protect just because, you know, I can. Yeah, anyway, so he goes for the Waterfall, and he ends up taking me out, which is not really a surprise. I don't know why I said it like that. But anyway, I die, and I decide to go into my Murkrow just to get off a Feather Dance to cripple its attack. It's sent in by Victini. So yeah, I get the Feather Dance off, and he does Waterfall me. Yeah, Murkrow actually did a really good job. If he hadn't got that crit, I would have been able to once again Perish Song this Pokemon. But yeah, so out comes my Victini. God damn it, I keep wanting to say Vagina. Anyway, I go for the Fusion Bolt. I knew he wouldn't want to switch into other Pokemon, which is Infernape, because it has paper thin defenses, like I said. So down goes Gyarados, and out comes Infernape. Now, I knew he was going to Fake Out, which I should have switched into Scrafty here, but I decided not to, and to stay in. After the Fake Out, I believe I just realized I still have my Scrafty left. So I go on my Scrafty now to take a close combat just to hinder his defenses even more, just to ensure a kill, because I wasn't too sure if a Fusion Bolt could take kill from that range, because I am Choice Banded. And he does get the burn off the Fire Blast, which is not a problem because I was going to use it for Death Fodder anyway. So now he comes for the close combat, and yeah, I got what I was hoping for, which is the defense drops. Yeah, so now I go into my Victini, and I do end up going for the Zen Headbutt to finish the game. I hope you enjoyed this battle, because I really did actually. It was pretty fun to me. But yeah, I hope you rate, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys again later. And once again, this is Ziah from G6 Battle Clan. Check out the other videos if you want to. And hopefully we will upload more soon. So, yeah. See you later.